Hey guys, welcome again to our session about mobile app and mobile app testing. As decided in the uh, previous slide, previous video, we will discuss about the native, hybrid, and mobile apps. We will discuss about challenges of testing mobile apps, Android and iOS. So, the three things that you see here: native, hybrid, and mobile. So, basically, what are these? Many things you see about mobile applications. You may have heard about native applications, hybrid applications, and mobile web applications. Sorry for the typo, it should be mobile web apps. Okay, so we'll discuss everything about it. So let's start with the native application. What exactly native applications are? Fine. So before that, as we are discussing, as we are concentrating on Android and iOS application, we will try to start with Android and iOS application basically. So let me just go to the simulator. So how it, taking example of native application. What exactly native applications are? Fine. So once you go to your emulator, emulator is virtual device on which your application can run. So you can see many applications are there like calculator and camera and everything. So native applications are those applications which are written in languages like Java, and in iOS it's Swift and Objective C. So these application do not contain these applications do not contain the web technology languages like CSS, HTML, or and JavaScript. So these are basically written using uh, Java in Android and Objective C and Swift in iOS. So while we if you talk about hybrid, what exactly hybrid are? So hybrid are those applications which contain both native as well as web technology part. So some part are native, and inside the native wrapper there are some Java element. There may sorry JavaScript elements. There may be some HTML element. There may be some inside that HTML. There may be CSS and JavaScript and everything. So basically, hybrid element contain some part of web technology inside the native wrapper. Fine. And mobile web app are simply the web application which you see on desktop, you see on the mobile side. So where you can find these native or hybrid elements. So for Android, you can go to Play Store, and you can download the apps over there. So I believe every one of you are very much familiar with Play Store. It's available on Android platform. Basically it's the application store for Android. So there you can go through the list, go through the and search for the application whatever you want. There are different kind of games, there are different kind of productivity applications available. So the URL is play.google.com. So you can open this URL on your desktop or on your mobile. So here you can find applications. The WhatsApp application is very popular one. So these are you know uh, simply this was the example of finding application if you are not familiar with Android. Similar with iOS. In iOS you can go to iTunes, and you can search for whatever application you want, you will get it there. The main difference being, for iTunes you need to have a iOS devices. Fine. So because these applications will not install on other platforms. So if you can see here it says this application is designed for both iPhone and iPad. So if you are having iPad or iPhone, you can install easily this application over your iPhone or iPad. So after that, simply now you have seen what exactly the applications on Android and iOS are. Now you can move to another topic. Fine. So what exactly the challenge of mobile testing? What challenges do you face while testing the mobile applications basically? So the main difference being the testing in usability, the testing in functionality, the testing in security and everything. So take a simple example of mobile web application. Fine. So in mobile web, I have opened the emulator is nothing but uh, simple. It just emulates the Android environment. Fine. It works as closer to the Android devices as you have in your hand. So now I have opened a Android tablet emulator and I have opened a Android mobile emulator. So now you can see in terms of usability, the Google page which is being open in the mobile web. So right now it's in landscape mode and it has very much white spaces available over here. And if you compare that to the mobile web in portrait mode in phone emulator, they have taken care of the different screen spaces available over here. So white space is very less, they have optimized the whatever space is available. But in although the Google has the philosophy of keeping the things simple, so they have not cluttered the screen too much. So in terms of usability, you can find each and everything very easily, whether it's mobile portrait or landscape or whatever. Now take the example of India Times application. It's basically in India Times mobile website. Now in landscape mode, now it's in web browser, and you can see that this picture has taken the more than a single screen, right? It's been dispersed to more than one screen. Now in the second section you can see that these are these much kind of white space is available for there. So in terms of usability, it could have been slightly better designed. So in terms of design, if you go to Google Play on the same browser, you can see that they have very much optimized the space, they have very much used the space available, similar with the. And now if you go to simple India Times application over mobile device in portrait mode, so basically they have optimized it very much. Fine, they have not taken care of the tablet screen, but they have taken care of mobile phone screen basically. So let me just go to these screens also, and we can compare how it looks on tablet and how it looks on. So now you can see the white spaces are gone, the news are taking covering the whole screen, the image is very much used to kind of it hasn't shrunk in order to take the good space on the mobile screen. Even the news, the different items, the different images, everything has been properly, at least it looks better than what it looks on tablet screen in landscape mode. Similar to that, if you go to iOS device or iOS application, you can simply launch Safari, and you can simply, if you take the Google page example, even if you open this pop-up, it has it is taking care of the whatever screen space available, it is very much usable. Fine. Even if you rotate it left or right, it has customized, or it is so responsive that it takes care of whatever orientation you have. So even if you rotate left or right or something, so it will respond according to the, although it has stopped responding, I don't know why. So right now I'm closing it down. So this was the kind of example which we have for use in just a single term of usability. Fine. So the challenges which you have seen over here are in terms of usability. So similar, we can have many challenges when you test the application on mobile devices. Fine. So this was the kind of introduction to what we can what we are going to have in the next future slides. So that was it for this particular slide. We'll see you in next slide. Thank you.